Memo today telling teams to shut down their practice and training facilities to players and staff starting Friday until further notice. Now, meanwhile, there's more news of positive coronavirus tests associated with NBA teams. The Denver Nuggets announcing today one member of their organization tested positive, and the Philadelphia 76ers just announced that 3 members of their franchise tested positive as well. Neither organization identified if any of the personnel were players. Now, the league has faced backlash over its access to coronavirus test kits. So here's NBA Commissioner Adam Silver speaking to this subject last night on SportsCenter.
It's unfortunate we're at this position as a society where it's triage when it comes to testing. And so the fundamental issue, obviously, is there are insufficient tests. I'd only say in the case of the NBA, we've been following the recommendations of public health officials. I understand there are many sides to these issues, but I also think that by virtue of an NBA player being tested and the kind of attention it brought, my sense was, especially among young people in the United States, people were not taking these protocols all that seriously until the NBA did what it did.
Meanwhile, league owners and executives are considering mid to late June as a best-case scenario for the league's return, sources tell ESPN, especially considering the CDC's recommendation against gatherings of 50 or more for the next 8 weeks due to coronavirus. Now, here's Silver again on the factors they're considering for resuming play.
Even the fact that we were using the word hiatus just a week ago, and that sort of the implication was a short amount of time. I think I said last Thursday, not less than 30 days, just to give some guidance to our teams and players. But at this point, I really don't know. We're going to try by every means we can to play basketball again. But, you know, I say that the safety and health of our players is first, and our fans, which is why I don't want to speculate more than that. I mean, that will be the condition upon which we can play when public health officials give us the okay.
Understandable, especially considering the news today. Let's welcome in NBA insider Brian Windhorst with us now on SportsCenter. Brian, what is the biggest impact of closing the NBA facilities?
Yeah, it's going to slow down a return because without the players able to have access to their standard workout facilities, frankly, having access to a good basket to shoot at. I know that sounds laughable, but in some parts of this country, it's not good enough weather to shoot outside, and not every player has an in-home gymnasium. So they don't want them. They made it very clear. They don't want them going to any health club or any high school or any of their friends' gyms. If they don't have a facility at their home, they don't want them leaving it. So it's just going to slow everything down. But I have to say, I talked with some teams today, and they were already hearing from their health providers that they should shut their facilities down. The NBA taking this step only accelerates something that was already, I think, going to happen.
Yeah, critical, especially with everything going on right now. Now, of everything Adam Silver said in the interview with Rachel Nichols, what was the biggest thing that stood out to you?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to me is the thing that, maybe the only known thing is that he said that the NBA calendar could change forever based on this. And while that's a big statement, there's actually a little bit of opportunity in there. Adam Silver, for the last 18 months, has been trying to make changes to the NBA schedule. Fewer regular season games, an in-season tournament, a play-in tournament, and he has not been able to get owners on board. But with this crisis, once our country gets past it, he may be able to reshape the schedule in the way that he wants to see it, and that could help the league long term. There is opportunity here. He said as much, and I think once you get past this drama that we're facing, the league could make some changes that Adam Silver has long wanted.
So you're talking about they could make those changes, this opportunity that he has right now. How soon could that happen? Let's say we get back to playing towards the end of the year, or they go past this schedule. How soon could he end up getting what he wants?
Next season, because I know that they say mid-June, but as Adam Silver, you just heard there, he's just guessing. I think that the NBA will do everything in its power to play the NBA Finals this year, even if that happens 15 minutes before the start of the NFL season. I don't think September is out of the realm of possibility, and if they push the NBA season or the NFL season back, I think they could go even further. And that brings in a potential December start to next season, which is the Christmas Day Day time, which people have talked about for years, would potentially push the calendar to a different time frame altogether. And because they would have to rip the whole thing up and start from scratch, and because there would be an idea that this would be a window to make changes, I think everything would be on the table that he would want to implement.
Wow, those kinds of things could change the way we look at the NBA and watch the NBA and what we see forever. Brian, thank you.